Hello, hello. Wel-
Hi.
Welcome to a Healthier You Kitchen podcast, Real Talk podcast. A Healthier You Kitchen, Real Talk podcast. We name it Real Talk because we're going to be having some real talk inside here. We're going to really talk, like have some
Real
real,
talk.
conversations here. That's what we're
Real.
going to be doing.
Gonna keep it real.
And a Healthier You Kitchen because we want you to be healthy.
Yes.
We want you to be healthy in your mind,
Yeah.
healthy in your body,
Yeah.
and healthy in your spirit.
Yeah.
All three of them need to be together. But today we're going to be talking about the body, right? Because if your body's, I don't care how much money you have, how big your house is, how much education you have, if your body ain't together, you might not last too long. You're going to cut your life short, and you're not going to be able to enjoy life like the way it's designed to enjoy. So today, our first guest, my name is Kurt, by the way, and this is Chef V, who also happened to be my wife, my lovely wife, Chef V, my
Hi
lifesaver.
everyone.
So today we're going to be talking about the body, right? And one of the things that we want to talk about today is something that has affected me for a very long time, right? This thing started in my adulthood. I would say started about probably 12 years ago. And I didn't realize that um, I had this until I met my wife. Nobody would tell me why after I would eat cheese or ice cream. I love ice cream and I love cheese. Anytime I eat cheese and I enjoy some ice cream, I have to go and use the men's room. Or I'm bloated, or I'm just in a mess. Nobody could explain that to me until I met my wife. And so, again, I want to introduce you guys to my wife. And today, one of the subjects, again, we're going to be talking about is lactose intolerance. I want to read here what the National Institute of Health said about lactose intolerance. It says, lactose intolerance is a condition in which you have digestive symptoms such as bloating, me, diarrhea, me, gas, me, after you consume foods or drinks that contain lactose. Lactose is a sugar that is naturally found in milk and milk products like cheese or ice cream. There's some people out there who don't suffer from this, but I'm not one of them. And so we'll be talking to Chef V about something that works, something now that helped me to enjoy cheese and all these different things that I like without the bloating, the diarrhea, and all these different things that I had in the past. Because I'm eating cheese now. I'm eating cheese once again. So V, my question to you is, what are you doing? What kind of cheese are you making um, that is allowing me to enjoy it without having these symptoms? What kind of cheese is this? Is this like a magic cheese or something? What kind of cheese is this that you're making that I could enjoy cheese once again? Tell us, what is it?
Hey again, guys. So yes. So the cheese that I make for this guy to enjoy, and many others who have tried it, it's plant-based cheese. So it's made from plants. No animals are being harmed in any way to produce this cheese. And with me, we always like to be able to pronounce all of the ingredients that are in the food that we eat. And with this cheese, we have the opportunity to do just that. And the cheese, you could make it in 10 minutes or less. You can use it for your pasta dishes. You bake macaroni and cheese. You dip for your cheese, your chips. Anywhere you would use cheese, you would use that.
Interesting. So I already know the answer to the questions I'm about to ask her, but I know you guys out there have a lot of questions, and so I'm going to ask the questions that I believe you guys are already thinking about, right? So one of the questions that I believe you guys are thinking about is, does this actually taste like cheese, or does it just look like cheese? That's a question that I believe people are asking right here.
Well, honestly, when I made it, I was a little skeptical at first because I was like, man, I don't know if this thing gonna really, how is that possible for plants to taste like cheese? And cheese is dairy. And it has that unique flavor and everything. And when I did it, I tasted it. I said, wow, this really is not bad at all. It's really not bad. And then you tasted it. And then you were like, wow, this is awesome, babe. And then you were more excited about it than even I was, because I am not lactose intolerant, thank goodness. But you have been struggling with that for years. And so to get something that could replace that, to you, that was a miracle. And so just when I added different herbs to it and tweaked the flavor a little bit, I find that I am falling in love with this thing as well. And so just to know that it's so versatile that I could use it for my baking, that was definitely a game changer. I actually have a video that I put on TikTok where I tried the cheese and put it in the oven. I had the cheese melt challenge, is what I called it. And I was just keeping my eye on it the whole time. It was such an amazing experience to see that plants was changed into cheese, and I could put it on my macaroni and bake it and actually see it melt. And so it's amazing, after it's done, you could put it in the microwave. You could, the same way you would use cheese, regular plant, animal cheese, goat or sheep or cow, cheese. That's what you'd be able to do with the plant-based stuff.
I can testify.
And you don't have that problem with the diarrhea, the bloating, none of that uncomfortableness. Food was meant for us to enjoy it. People say that, we eat to live and not live to eat. And as much as that is true, when we're eating, we want to be able to enjoy what we're eating as well, because we're still trying to live in the moment and enjoy life. And so it's unfair that one set could enjoy what they eat and the other set cannot. And so the plant-based cheese gives people who had that same issue that you have that option to be able to enjoy life as well.
Wow.
When they eat their food.
Wow, I could testify. All these years that I've been eating cheese, and I love all kind of cheese, but the cheese that she made gave all those other cheese a run for the money. Right? So I could testify to the taste. Not just me, but many others can testify to the taste as well.
Yeah, I did a food demonstration a few days ago at a health fair, and it was amazing to me that people, as soon as I was done with it, they ran up, can I taste it? Can I taste it? And we had like the sample spoons, and they would just dip in the spoons, and they would walk away, they would eat it, and they would come back and dip it again. They were eating the cheese like it was ice cream. And they were just so impressed that it was, because they saw the ingredients, they couldn't believe it was just such simple ingredients combined together would give such a delicious flavor. I think a lot of people, their brain cells were exploding because it's like, how, why, when is that even possible? Did we just see this? Is this a movie? But it's real life. It's real life.
So I know that when you eat the cheese that comes out the store, there's a lot of preservatives in there, and there's some names that you can't pronounce. You got to look in a dictionary to see what it is, if it's harmful to human or not. But what you're saying is that you are making this cheese from ingredients that come straight from the ground There's no preservatives inside there.
No
There's no
preservative.
artificial coloring inside there. So you're saying that you are actually making cheese from stuff that comes from the ground, all natural things, fruits and vegetables. You're using these things and you're making cheese with all natural
Ingredients. That's it.
Is that what you're saying?
That is exactly what I'm saying.
Wow.
All natural ingredients. And then you don't
Wow.
have to deal with the side effects. Because I know there are a lot of people who are lactose intolerant, but they like the cheese and the dairy products so much that they're like, well, you know, it's really worth it. Especially when it comes to like ice cream and stuff. They'd be like, you know what, I know I'm going to feel sick afterwards, but I have to live my life. And they would eat it, they would enjoy it at the moment, and then they go to suffer for hours with, you know, the pain that comes with it, the bloating, the farting, all of that stuff. And then in some severe cases of it, some people actually feel nauseous and start vomiting. And so just to be able to eat that food and enjoy it and not have to deal with all of the after effects of what would happen if it was dairy, that's a game changer. That's a no-brainer to those that actually have that issue.
Yeah.
They're so grateful for, you know, that opportunity to be able to enjoy their food again. And so that's what we do here at a Healthier You Kitchen.
Yes.
We don't promise to change the world or all of this extra stuff, but what we are saying is that you give this food a try and you will live a healthier lifestyle.
Yes.
You will have a healthier you.
Yes. I lived a miserable life for a long time because I love cheese, but cheese didn't love me back. And so, how long does it take to actually make this cheese? So let's say you're in your house, right? And you've got all the ingredients. How long does it actually take to actually turn the raw ingredients, the fruits, the vegetables, and all this stuff into actual cheese? How long is the process?
If you got a really, really good high-powered blender, in 1 minute.
So you can...
Once you have everything measured out already, 1 minute. If you got to go and search for the ingredients in your kitchen and measure it out and whatever, it does depend on how quickly you could, I would say 10 minutes and under.
Right. So to look for the ingredients.
Just to get all your stuff together.
Yes.
And do it.
Yes.
10 minutes or less, depending on how quick you.
Right. So
that's it.
So the actual processing of the raw ingredients that's made from the ground, and mind you now, all of these ingredients are good for the body. There's nothing that comes from the soil that we're talking about that's bad for the body. Of course, check your dietary restrictions and so forth.
And then somebody have allergies or so.
Right.
But yeah.
Right. But what you're saying is once you get all the raw ingredients and you put this thing in a blender,
high-powered
blender, it only takes 1 minute to make this cheese.
It only took 1 minute on mine, and I got a Ninja Foodie.
Wow. And so
mixer, yeah.
And so this cheese that you're making, can I use it to put in the macaroni and cheese?
Yes.
Can I use it to put on a bread, like a spread? Can I use it to dip my chips in?
Oh, yeah.
Can I make salsa with it?
Of course.
So this cheese you're talking about, it sounds like you could use it for everything.
It's quite versatile. It is.
Wow, this is interesting. So all these people out here in this world, including myself, who are lactose intolerant, you are here saying that
you don't need to suffer.
We don't need to suffer anymore, right? Wow, I know that I actually can get the ice cream from the stores that don't have the lactose inside of it. But to hear that I don't have to go to Whole Food or wherever it is and buy this expensive vegan or vegetable cheese that doesn't taste like cheese to me at all.
I don't find the cheese very well.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
And I could make that in my own home. How much money would you say the ingredients cost altogether to make this cheese? And how many times can you use this ingredient to make the cheese?
I would say it's definitely less than $20. $20 and $20, I would say.
Okay.
If you want to go to Whole Foods, then you're gonna spend a lot more money just to get ingredients, because some places are
Okay.
very expensive.
And these ingredients,
But the basics, $20.
and these ingredients that you're using to make cheese, these ingredients you could use for other things as well.
But of course.
So it's just not to make the cheese alone. So you're going grocery shopping and you're buying stuff that you usually can buy for your house that you eat
Of course.
anyway.
Yes.
And you can just take some of these ingredients
just
and make
a
the cheese.
little bit. You only need just a little bit. Because the thing is, the cheese is all natural, and so it's not going to last as long as one of the jars of that cheese spread that you buy from the store that stays in your fridge for maybe a whole year or something, or that has been on the shelf for only God knows how long before you even buy it and then still have it in your house.
Right.
So, but I would say this: it tastes so good that it wouldn't even stand a chance of spoiling in your fridge.
Wow. So you don't have to go out of the way and buy special ingredients to make this cheese.
No, you do
not. You can just go grocery shopping and buy the things you usually buy, probably a little more different things or whatever. And just from your grocery shopping, you can create your own cheese in 1 minute.
But of course, I mean, if people eat potatoes,
this is a life changer.
Mostly everybody got potatoes in their house. Mostly everybody got lemon or apple cider vinegar in their house.
Yes.
Mostly everybody got salt in their house.
Right.
So, I mean, it's just basic stuff. Carrots.
So how do we get this recipe? Do you have like a class or something that you can actually show us how to make this cheese?
I do. I have a class. I have an online class, and you could check out our website at Healthier You Kitchen LLC. That is, just type that in Google, you'll find us. And you could also call us at 813-468-3435. And we do have classes. You'll see all the classes and the time frame and the price online. You could do the cooking. You could choose which cooking class you want to do. We do vegan mayo. We do the cheese. Try it. Don't knock it until you try the thing. If you try it, you don't like it, you want to go ahead and buy this cheese from the store. If you find it tastes good enough, the plant-based cheese at the store sell. If that works for you, great. That doesn't work for a lot of people because the taste is very weird. And I feel a lot of times when people taste that type of plant-based cheese from the store and it tastes so bad, they just go back and they just take the regular cheese and deal with the unfortunate consequences afterwards.
Guilty.
And so if you want to try something different, check me out, call me up, set up an appointment, and then we'll see what we do. You don't like it, give it to your neighbor or something, but you're gonna save somebody's life at least.
Wow, you mentioned something. You mentioned something during this conversation just a minute ago. Did you say that you also know how to make mayonnaise, actually veggie maize, without the eggs and all of these things that you can't pronounce?
Oh yeah, these things are easy to make. So
you also know how to make veggie maize?
Yeah, you could make plant-based mayo. It's simple.
Plant-based mayonnaise.
And then the thing about it is though, just doing the simple things, making these simple steps in our diet, it makes a big difference. It keeps our weight at a good level, or for those who are trying to lose weight, they could lose the weight because regular mayo has a lot of egg yolks, oil, and a whole host of preservatives and other chemicals to give it that flavor and that texture that we all like so much to put in our potato salads and all of these things.
Yes.
But with this, simple ingredients that you have around the house, lemon is so good, olive oil, simple things that you could use, and you could always adjust the recipe. If you're a person who likes spicy foods, which spicy foods are not good are not very good anyway. But if a person does like a little spice, they want to kick it up a bit, you could add different herbs into your stuff. Just like the cheese, you could add different things to spice it up the way that you would like it.
Wow. So, so without going any deeper into the mayonnaise or plant-based mayonnaise, because I really want this conversation today to be about people who are lactose intolerant, right? But it seems like
the mayo is also dairy.
yes, it seems like mayonnaise falls in the category as well.
Oh yeah.
So there are people who are lactose intolerant from mayonnaise as well.
Yeah, you got the eggs is dairy.
So it just sounds like anybody who's lactose intolerant can benefit from your recipe and from your class.
Oh yeah.
And so you said it's called a Healthier You Kitchen and LLC, and you can Google it and you'll find it, and you could book a class online. Or I believe you said it's 813-468-3435.
Yes.
So you guys heard it. You guys heard it straight from the chef mouth. And I'm a living witness to what she's talking about. That's why I thought it'd be important to have this conversation today, because for those, again, who are lactose intolerant, I think that we've suffered enough and we need to be enjoying the food that everybody else enjoying, right? Without the side effect. So now we can all do it, right? Now we could all enjoy this food together again.
That's right.
So you guys check her out, A Healthy You Kitchen, LLC. Yes. And we thank you so much for joining. If you guys have any questions or comments, you can post it on the link. And we look forward to having other conversations with you guys soon.
Yes.
So we want to thank you all for joining, and thank you for spending this time with me, Chef V.
Oh yeah.
And sharing this life-saving, important information.
Oh yeah.
So that now we could enjoy the foods that we love without the
negative side effects
that come with it. So thank you again guys for joining. Until next time, take care of yourself and each other. Love you.